Hi everyone, it's Wellness Wednesday and I'm Sue and I'm really excited to be here for our fourth week in our November Core Challenge. We've been working all month on integrating and stabilizing and strengthening the core. Why? Because in the beginning of the month, I actually was starting to hear and feel myself this sense of instability, ungroundedness, a little scattered because of all that was going on. And we were in a transitional time of year with fall moving into winter, and it was right around the election time. So it gave me this idea of, can we strengthen our core and bring more effect physically, and can we also help us feel grounded and stable and a little safer? So you might remember week 1 was all about integration and these deep core muscles that we use for bracing. Anytime we move really, or if we trip and fall, those muscles should turn on right away. The second week we talked about digestion and whether the digestion is running optimally, and when it isn't, there's a lot of bloating and dysfunction in the movement patterns that we have because the body can't move well, it doesn't feel fluid. The third week, last week, we worked on the back body because those muscles, along with being integrated, actually help to hold us upright. It keeps our shoulders on our back. It helps us to be more straight up and down and not fall forward into this, rounded back position. And then today, what we're going to work on is pulling it all together in this integrated sort of whole body action. One of the things I want to mention is on my YouTube channel, Wellness with Sue, I actually have a video on standing core work. And it's very dynamic and it's really fun. And it pulls in all these pieces of mobility. So a little bit different than what we've been doing this month. So you might want to go check that out after this week. So if you're looking for something new to do. As always, I'm going to give you 3 levels that you're going to work with based on your own ability. And hopefully you'll be able to move up as you get stronger into the more stronger action, if you want to call it that. Okay, so we're going to meet on the mat, and this time we're going to be on all fours in a tabletop-like position. So hands and knees, please. Spread your fingers wide and put your knees under your hips and your hands under your shoulders. And if that bothers your wrist, just move your hands a little forward, take the pressure off. Now remember in the very beginning, we talked about finding neutral. We're going to try and do that here. A little different because you don't have the floor to give you feedback. So on purpose, let your back kind of hang down in this archy way. Let your belly go. So that would be that excessive back bend. And then on purpose, round your back up. And that would be that pressing your back into the floor business, okay? So as you inhale, flip your toes, let go of your belly, lift your eyes, and find that back bend. And as you exhale, flip your feet flat, push into your arms, and round your back into a cat-like position. Do that a couple times, 2 or 3 times. It will help your body warm up. It'll give you a sense of how your body moves in space. It's a little harder when you don't have the floor to give you feedback. When you come through this back bending position, notice your shoulder blades on your back. And when you come up in this rounded position, notice your shoulder blades off your back. And now find a place in the middle. Where does that feel sort of neutral to you? What I see a lot of times in the world when I'm working with people is they drop their head, so please keep your head neutral. Integrate your shoulders into your back body so they feel like they're going in and down, and then lift your belly so it feels like it's going in and up. And there's your starting position. We're going to move to the first level of a kneeling plank. So walk your hands forward and shift your weight forward, not so that your pelvis drops down, but so that you can feel a little bit more integration in your core body. Now keep the belly active and keep the shoulders on your back. And you can hold this for 5 seconds, 30 seconds, work your way up to a minute. If being on your arms or on your wrists bother you, come down on your forearms and line yourself up so that your body, your head, shoulders, and hips are all on the same level. This is going to do the same work. It's just a little easier on your wrists. That's all. All right. The same rule applies for this next one. From our tabletop position, we're going to take one leg back and then the other leg back into a full body plank. Now keep focusing on the integration of the belly. So you lift the belly in and up, you soften the shoulders in and down, and then pretend to squeeze your legs together. Don't really move them, but that will turn on your internal muscles a lot more. Start with 5, 10, 30 seconds, work your way up to a minute, and then come down. Our third one is more active, it's more dynamic. It pulls in the movement of the legs. So while you're integrating the whole body, now you're asking for movement, just like when we were lying on our back. So if you're with me, you're going to come up into the full plank. This is your third level. You're going to integrate your core lower belly by drawing it in and up and your shoulders down and in. And then on your exhale, I want you to bring your knee to your chest. And then the other one. And then the other one. And every time you do it, blow out through your nose or your mouth to make the stomach and the core body integrate more. Don't go fast. Try not to move your core body. It's really just the legs. Good. On that one, it's good to work up into reps. You can do time also. It's the same. So if you put a little clock in front of you, a little timer, you could do 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, work up to a minute if you're doing it that way, or count 10 reps, 12 reps, 15 reps, that kind of thing. Again, if your wrists get tired, rotate your wrists around rather than shaking your hands. Open and close your hands. So there you go. That is your fourth and final exercise series. Kneeling plank, full body plank, or plank with knees to chest. In the fitness world, we call those mountain climbers, but they're typically done really fast, and I don't want you to do them really fast because when you do that, you start to move around too much. And you are on your shoulders, so you want to make sure that you're integrated and you're taking care of your shoulders. So there you go. Our November core challenge, last exercise. So you're either doing one exercise, new one each week, or you've added them together. So by this time, you've got 4 exercises to do for this week, which would be more interesting to me, but everybody's got their own time frame and their own interests. So pick what works for you and do that. Just be consistent. That's the most important part. All right. Next week, it's December. We'll see what's coming up for next week. And this is the day before Thanksgiving. So have a beautiful, beautiful, grateful holiday, whether you're alone, whether you're virtual with your family, whether you're actually together as a unit. Be well, everyone.